Test, test. All right, let's get it on. Hello, everyone. My name is Hycarfins Baptiste, and today I'll be presenting on developing WellTech leadership for business negotiations in Japan. As part of WellTech's recent acquisitions by a Japanese healthcare technology company, our leadership team will be traveling to Japan for meetings and negotiations. Understanding Japanese business communications is essential for building strong relationships and ensuring successful negotiations. Today, I'll discuss some of the key communication differences between the United States and Japan, along with recommendations for adapting to Japanese business culture. Here's a brief overview of today's presentation. First, I'll explain why culture is important in business communication. Then, I'll compare communication preferences in the United States and Japan, including written communication, spoken communication, meetings, and decision making. Finally, I'll share several recommendations that can help WellTech's leaderships communicate more effectively while working with our new partners. Why culture matters. Culture influences how people communicate, build relationships, and make business decisions. Understanding cultural differences help organizations avoid misunderstandings and develop stronger professional relationships. It also demonstrates respect for business partners, which is especially important in international negotiations. For WellTech, recognizing these differences will strengthen trust with our Japanese colleagues and increase the likelihood of successful long term partnerships. Written communication. There are several important differences between written communication in the United States and Japan. In the United States, business writing tends to be direct, concise, and focus on quick responses. In contrast, Japanese business communications is generally more formal and polite. Messages are carefully written with attention to respectful language and detailed documentation. Rather than emphasizing speed, there is greater emphasis on accuracy and maintaining professional relationships. When communicating with our Japanese partners, WellTech should carefully review written documents and maintain a respectful, professional tone. Communication. Spoken communication also differs significantly. American professionals often communicate directly and openly express disagreement when necessary. Japanese professionals typically communicate more indirectly. Public disagreement is usually avoided because maintaining harmony within the group is highly valued. Silence is also viewed differently rather than creating discomfort. Moments of silence often indicate careful thought and consideration. For our leadership team, active listening and paying attention to nonverbal communication will be just as important as the words being spoken. Meetings and decision making. Businesses Business meetings in Japan are generally more formal than those in the United States. American meetings are usually fast paced, agenda driven, and decisions are during often made during the meeting itself. In Japan, meetings typically begin with formal introductions and the respectful exchange of business cards. Rather than making immediate decisions, decisions are often used to gather information and build conscience. Decision making also differs. American organizations frequently rely on individual leaders to make decisions, while Japanese organizations often use a conscious based approach known as Nimawashi. Although this process takes longer, it usually results in stronger commitment from everyone involved. Recommendations. Based on these cultural differences, I recommend several practice for WellTech's leadership team. First, exchange business cards respectfully and take time to acknowledge the other person. Second, arrive early for meetings and allow extra time for relationship building. Third, avoid interrupting others and be patient during negotiations instead of expecting immediate decisions. And finally, Focus on building trust before discussing contracts or business agreements. Developing strong relationships is often the foundation in successful business partnerships in Japan. References the recommendations references. The recommendations presented today are supported by research from Aaron Myers, the Culture Map, the Japan External Trade Organization, and World Business Culture. These sources provide valuable guidance on Japanese businesses, communication, and international management practices. Now, in conclusion, understanding Japanese communication styles will help Welltech's leaderships build stronger relationships, reduce misunderstandings, and conduct more successful negotiations. By adapting to Japan's communication preferences and decision-making process, Welltech will be better positioned to develop a productive and lasting partnership with our new parent company. Thank you for your time.